Hello everybody and welcome to World Book Day. So today is all about thinking about reading, about stories and about sharing books with the people that are around us that we love and exploring them. So today we are going to be thinking about a story that the whole school are thinking about, and there's going to be a few different activities for you to do with it. And then there are other things on the website for you to do, all to do with stories and books. And this is what we're doing today instead of our normal phonics and maths. So let's get stuck in. So our book today is called What We'll Build. And there is a video on YouTube of me reading this story. So if you haven't managed to go and watch that, it would be really good for you to go and watch that now before you watch this, because it'll make a bit more sense and you'll already know what the story is. So this is, I wonder if you can tell me, it's part of the book. It comes at the front and it tells us what the book is about. What is that called? The very front of the book, it's got a big picture on it. It's called the front cover, isn't it? The front cover. And this is the front cover of our book. Now, there are different parts of our book and we've got here the word title and the word author, and I wonder if you can help me to figure out which bit of our front cover is the title and which bit is the author. I wonder if you can help me. Okay, so the title, where will the title be? Now remember, the title are the big words that tell us what the story is called. So where could that be on our front cover? Here it is, look. What we'll build. So we're going to draw a big, wrong way round, hang on, there we go, a big arrow to the title, and it's called What We'll Build. Now there are some more words down here, and if you're feeling really clever this morning, this is called the subtitle. It's just smaller letters, but it tells us a little bit more about the book. Now we're also looking for the author. Now remind me, what's the author do? What is their job? What does the author do for the book? That's right, the author writes the story, don't they? The author writes the story. It's their job to create all the words for the story. So our author today for this book is Oliver Jeffers. Now we've read some other books by Oliver Jeffers and we really like them, so I reckon you're going to love this book too. Now sometimes on our front covers we also find the word illustrator, don't we? Illustrator. But this book doesn't have the illustrator's name on the front cover. But what does illustrator mean? It's another really good word. What does the illustrator do? The illustrator draws the pictures in the book, don't they? So we've got the word title, we've got the word author, and because we're super clever, even though it's not on this book, we also know the word illustrator, don't we? Brilliant. Okay, let's have a look at this book. So if you had read the book, if you've listened to the story, you'll know there are two main characters, two people that are in this book the whole way through. Who are the main characters? Who are the main characters? Now I'm just going to move myself down here so you can see this word, characters. That's what we're looking at, the characters. Who are they? Now I'll give you a clue because these are their hands. So who are the main characters? If you want to pause the video to tell your grown-up, feel free. I want you to think about who are the main characters and what's their relationship. That means how do they know each other? Pause the video here and tell your grown-up. So have you had a think? The two main characters are a little girl and her daddy. Now, shall I tell you something really exciting about this book? This book is actually all about Oliver Jeffers, the author. This is supposed to be his hands. And these little two crosses on here are actually tattoos that he really has on his hands. And this is supposed to be his little girl, because if you look at the very front of the book, it says a dedication, and a dedication is who the book is written for. And Oliver Jeffers has written it for his daughter. This book was written for Oliver Jeffers' daughter. So this is supposed to be him and his daughter. So there are two main characters, a daddy and a little girl. And that's their relationship. One is the daughter and one is the daddy. Now I wonder, who would you build with? If you could build something amazing, who would you build it with? I reckon I might build it with my family because I think that they'd help me and I think that we'd be a good team. Or I might build it with a friend. Maybe Miss Cook and I could build something together. What do you reckon? Who would you build something with? Is there somebody in the room or in your house right now who you think, I think they'd be really good to build with? Brilliant. So our characters, that's who the book is about, is the daddy and the little girl. And it says, what shall we build, you and I? So it means they're going to build together. Okay, let's keep looking at our book. So later on in the book, the daddy and the little girl are thinking about their future. Now that's a funny word, isn't it? Future. What do you think the word future means? Have a think with your grown up now. What does the word future mean? Have you had a think? The future is what's coming up next, isn't it? So right now, we're living in the present. That's what's happening right now. The past are things that happened before. Maybe there were things you remember, or maybe they were so far in the past that you weren't even born yet. So things like maybe big world events, like there was a big war, wasn't there, years and years ago? Well, you weren't born in the war. I wasn't born in the war. Your grown-ups weren't born in the war. That was the past that we weren't even born for. The present is right now, and the future is what will happen. So things that are going to happen that haven't happened yet. So something that's happening in the future is on Monday, you'll be in school with Miss Cook and me and Mrs. Binding and Mrs. Webb. That's something that's happening in the future. But maybe you could even think further in the future, years away. So maybe when you're grown up, maybe when you are my age, that would be in your future. Or maybe even when you're in year 6, or when you leave school, or when you decide to get a job. That is your future. So, in this part of the story, they're thinking about helping each other to build their future. It says, I'll build your future and you'll build mine. We'll build a watch to keep our time. So the daddy and the little girl are helping each other to build their future together, aren't they? We've got this pink swirl and this blue swirl. Whose do you think is the blue swirl? Have a look at what's inside it. I can see a plane and a pencil and a hat, some fire. And in the pink one, you've got an ice cream and a toy penguin and some music and a present. Whose do you think is whose? What do you reckon? I think that this pink one with the toys in the ice cream is probably the little girl's future. And the blue one with all the maths and science things in is probably the dad's future because he probably already is a bit of a scientist. I wonder if that's what he does. Maybe he studied science. Maybe that's why it's in there. But wonder what else will be added to the little girl's future and what will be added to the daddy's future because they're going to do things together. Have a look. What else can you see in the pink and the blue? What else can you see? Is there anything you can see that you like that might be in your future? I wonder. I know that I really like music, so I reckon music would be in my future. But I also am really interested in science. So this little symbol here that shows some science, I reckon that would be in my future too, because I like to listen to what all the scientists are saying and find out things and read books to help me to learn. So maybe this book would be in there too. So what I'd like you to do today, one of the activities, is you're going to think what could go into your future, into your watch. What could go into your watch to help you keep the time of your future? I've got a few ideas here. Maybe you'd think, I really like my toys, because your future can also involve things that you like now. So maybe you've got a really special teddy that you think, I'm going to keep hold of that in my future, and that helps to show what I like. Because yes, we're thinking about our future, but we're also thinking about things that we like that can help us to show that that's who we are. So it's things that you like. So you might like your teddy, you might want to put that in there. You might really like ice cream and that helps to show what you are. Or maybe you really like fruit and you could put an apple in there. I'm going to put an ice cream in there. Maybe you could think about what you want to do in the future. So we've thought about what makes us us, the things that we like, but also things that we want to do. Maybe you want to be a doctor in the future or a nurse. Or maybe you want to be a teacher, like Miss Cook or like me. What I'd like you to do today is I'd like you to have a go at thinking about what you'd put in your watch. What would you like in your future, or what things make you you? So think about things that you like that help to show who you are. And think about things that you might want to do in your future and put them into your watch. There's a sheet that looks just like this on the website with the box and the watch. And in that box, I'd like you to draw things that you think would go into your watch. Maybe you can even have a go at sounding out some of the words, or just have a think about the initial sounds. That's the first sound of each word. Okay, so that's one activity I'd like you to do today. The other thing we're thinking about today is what you build, because this whole story is about things that we would build. Now, in the story, the little girl and their daddy build lots and lots of things, don't they? And they build a castle, they build a house and a home. Now, one interesting question is they build a home. How is a home different to a house? How can you make a house a home? That's a funny question, isn't it? A home is somewhere where you feel comfortable. It's somewhere you've made your own. So you might build a house, but until you live in it and put your nice things in it and you live there with nice people, or you live there on your own, but you feel like it's where you feel safe, it's your home, isn't it? I wonder what makes you feel safe in your home. Can you have a think? Pause the video here and think about what makes you feel safe in your home. Okay, did you have a think? I bet you came up with some really, really lovely, lovely things. You know what makes me feel like this house is my home? It's all my wonderful books. I know it's World Book Day, and actually books are something that I really love. If my house is full of books, it makes me feel really happy. Also my music. I've got a piano over there and I've got my ukulele, and having music in my house, having my piano, makes it feel like a home because it's something that I enjoy doing and it makes me feel safe. Now the little girl and the daddy build other things as well, don't they? And what do they build them out of? Build them out of lots of different things, don't they? So today I'd like you to have a go at building some things. What could you build? You could build a house. You could build a castle like they do to keep out your enemies or to welcome them in when you realise they're friends. You could build a bridge. What would your bridge be going over? Could it be going over water? Could it be going over huge, huge amounts of space to get somewhere? Maybe you could build a train track. I bet lots of you have got train tracks at home. Also have a look at these pictures. What are they made out of? We've got some wooden blocks. We've got Lego, we've got our train track, and we even have some plasticine or some Play-Doh. Don't forget we've got that Play-Doh recipe on our website as well. So I'd like you today to have a go at building something. Think about it. What are you going to build? What could you build it out of? And also, who are you going to build it with? And we'd love to see some pictures of you doing some building with people in your home and out of lots of different things. Have lots of fun today. I hope you enjoy our World Book Day, and we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.